All right. First thing I want to wait, Rich, come here. Come here. Father, in Jesus' name, as I know how, Lord, thank you for this praise team. Now, Lord, I know he's only one. I know he's only one, and there's a whole bunch of them, Lord. You bless them, Father. God, it's awesome to have an awesome praise team. Thank you, God, for the ministry that they do.
Yes, Lord. Thank
In Jesus' name we pray. And everybody said, Amen. Ah, you sound like Brandon. Everybody said, Amen. That's better. All right, let's see. Man, the baptism were awesome. Everything was great today, boy, I tell you. It was awesome. Wasn't it good today? Amen. Oh, amen. Thank you, Lord. My heart is full. My heart is full. Ken, where are you?
I'm here, brother. I'm here.
Okay. I didn't think it'd ever be possible to lose you, but I want to. Our Lord had promised thee, our Lord promised thee when I gave you the name of the church. Our Lord promised thee that you would bear fruit. Our Lord has seen the ups, our Lord has seen the downs, our Lord has seen the struggles, and our Lord this day in bearing fruit. Our Lord this day in bearing fruit. Our Lord from this day forward will cause growth. Our Lord has seen the way that you have honored me in so many ways. In so many ways. Ways that they don't even know. But I know, saith the Lord. I know, saith the Lord. And from this day forward, Pop Hagen, oh Lord, I ain't got Pop Hagen ministry. It's not Pop Hagen ministry, saith the Lord. It's yours. I did great things, saith the Lord, through Pop Hagen. I did his ministry, and by the Spirit of the Lord, thus saith the Lord, from this day forward you shall bear fruit.
Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Hallelujah.
My heart is really full today.
Thank you. Lord. Thank you, Lord.
I don't know which is worse, not having any message at all,
Or having five.
Or having five. Yeah, you know I had five. I want to do something today. I want to read one verse of scripture. I struggled all day because Rich, I thought, man, they're baptizing folks, Lord. Lisa, I thought, I got a good baptism message, Lord, let me do that. No, you do what I told you to, but Lord, it ain't got nothing to do with baptism. I'm going to obey the Lord.
Amen.
You may not believe it, but I'm doing my best. I want to go to Isaiah. Say Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Say Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Say I want to go to Isaiah chapter 6. Say 6.
Six.
Say 6. Yes, say 6. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. Some of you don't ever want to say 666. I'm sorry. Say Isaiah.
Isaiah.
6. 1. Say Isaiah. 6. 1. I'm only going to read one verse of scripture. Say praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Because the more verses I read, the longer the sermon gets. Say praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Oh, by the way, what book are we in?
Isaiah.
Let's say Chapter 6, verse 1. Are you up there, Flipper? Yeah, oh, you're such a good flipper. I love you. Man, you make me want to flip. Okay. All right. Is it up there on the wall?
Yeah.
All right, man. Talk about a large print Bible. That dude's big. In the year that King Uzziah, what did King Uzziah do? Died. Yeah. In the year that King Uzziah, say died. Say died. Say died. Say graveyard dead. Say graveyard dead. Yeah. Say he's there no more.
There no more.
Yeah. In the year that King Uzziah, what did he do? Yeah. In the year that King Uzziah died, by the way, it's Isaiah 61, right down Uzziah. Am I too loud? Yeah. Turn me down, brother. Okay. My wife, I'll be right back. My wife is going like this, and that either means, come on, you're doing a good job, or you're way too loud. And I think it means I'm way too loud. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also. Say also. I saw also the Lord. I love you guys with all my heart. You're Pentecostal, but you're a whole lot like Baptists. Because once you get you started, you can't get you to quit. I'm going to start all over. See why it's only one verse? It took me a half hour to read it. Oh, wait, I'm tickled. I'm not supposed to get tickled at my own joke. I did it. Sorry. By the way, I went to college for speech class and I flunked. You know why I flunked? Because the teacher said I wasn't supposed to laugh at my own jokes. That's true. In the year that King Uzziah died, in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also, say also, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne high and lifted up, and his train, say train. And his train, yeah, that's right. And his train, that's right. Do that again, read. If I preach this long enough, there'll be one go by here anytime. I saw also his train fill the temple. Father, in Jesus' name, God, give us what you'd have us to say. Watch over us and give us strength. Help me to make this simple. God, this has been boiling in me. It's been boiling in me. And God, I need you to help me to help them to see what I see. Help me to help them see what I see. In Jesus' name we pray. And all God's people said, Amen. Say the word coat. Coat. Say the word coat. Coat. The coat became a robe. Say robe. Robe. Yeah, the robe became a mantle. Say mantle. Mantle. The mantle became a train. Say train. Train. Say coat. Coat. Say robe. Robe. Say mantle. Mantle. Say train. Train. Say coat. Coat. Say robe. Robe. Say mantle. Mantle. Say train. Train. We're going to do it one more time. Take a deep breath. Say coat. Coat. What's next? Robe. Yeah, what's next? Mantle. Yeah, what's next? Train. Say coat. Coat. Say robe. Robe. Say mantle. Mantle. Say train. They had, the Jewish folks had the weirdest ideas about something. Have you ever had a keepsake or something that you kept because it was mama's or daddy's? Or have you ever had a keepsake? Or let's say that you played football or that you had a famous football player that you really loved and they gave you their jersey. Okay? That is what they're called, right? I ain't never played sports in my life. I tried to play football once and they come running after me and I threw the ball down where I was and said, that's it. I don't know anything. Anybody know a famous football player? I don't know one. Name one.
Mean Joe Green.
What?
Mean Joe Green.
Mean Joe Green. That sounds like what she cleans the refrigerator with. Anybody know what his number is? What?
75.
If somebody gave you Mean Joe Green's jersey number 75, wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. In Bible, well, it would for some of us. She said no. In Bible days, they had a really neat thing that they did. When you were a baby, Pastor was talking about saying, when you were a baby, the first thing they did, they made you a coat. Say coat. And as you begin to grow, they expanded that coat every year. They made you a new one, and they expanded that coat and made it a little longer and a little longer and a little longer and a little longer and a little longer. Till it was about like a duster. Anybody know what a duster is? They call that a robe. Say coat. Say robe. And then as you got older, when you got older and you had kids, you passed that coat or that duster, usually a coat, onto your kids. And when you passed it on to them, instead of making them a new coat, they kept it in your honor. And instead of making a new coat, they would sew a ribbon on the bottom of it, a border on the bottom of it. And as they passed it along, they'd sew a ribbon, and they'd sew a ribbon, and they'd sew a ribbon. And over time, it became a coat with many colors. A coat with many colors. That's why Joseph's brothers got so mad, because they gave Joseph, by the way, the oldest one was supposed to get it, and Joseph wasn't the oldest one, but he was the favorite, and they gave Joseph the coat of many. I used to think that was a big striped bathrobe, and I used to think they went up and down like this. They didn't, they went round and round and round like that, and when they saw Joseph in that coat, if you saw him from the back walking, you wouldn't think, oh, there goes Joseph. You'd think, oh, look, there goes the Father. There goes the Father. There goes the one that owns the coat of many colors. You know, in the story of the prodigal son, it said he came home and he was covered with all kinds of pig slop and all kinds of, and immediately the father ran to him, only place in the word where God ever ran, and the father ran to him and he said, get a coat and put a coat on him, get a coat and put a coat on him, and put a ring on him, put shoes on his feet, get the coat so they won't any longer see him, they won't any longer see his failures. Whenever they look at him, they won't see him anymore. They'll see me. There's some of you that have failed God, and there's some of you that have made a lot of mistakes. But today, they dumped you in the water and brought you back up to new life. And I pray that from this day forward, I pray that you'll be wearing a spiritual coat of many colors, and they won't see you anymore. They won't see the sin. They'll see the Father in you and you in the Father.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Say coat. Say robe. Say mantle. Say train. If you got to a place in your life where you got a position of authority, maybe you became a prophet, or maybe you became a king, or maybe you became something in a position of authority. That robe, that coat, that robe became what's called a mantle. It became a mantle. Say coat. Say robe. Say mantle. Say train. We're getting there, I promise. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Hey, thank you at least you're with me right here. Thank you, Lord. Help me, Holy Spirit. In the Bible, whenever the one prophet, Elijah, I think it was, went to heaven, and Elijah wanted to stay with him, and they struck the water with his mantle. That represented a place of authority and a place of strength. And when you first became a king, in a way, little sister, you're right. When you first became a king, you came into the throne room with a mantle on. Now, I want to ask you a favor. I want to ask you a quick favor. Anybody here got a coat today?
Yep.
Anybody here got a coat?
Yep.
I want to borrow it. Okay? Little sister, come here. I need to borrow more than one. Everybody remember who's coach who. Lay it down on the floor right there. I won't hurt it. Sister, lay it down right over there. Yeah. Sister, lay it down right over there. Yeah. Sister, lay yours down right over there. You still pull top side. I asked Brother Ken, Brother, lay it down right there. Thank you very much, very much. I asked Brother Ken if he wore a coat today. He said, no, I am a wear a coat. I said, no. He said, no. He said, coats are out the devil. I know, well, but no, you don't know no better. Come here. Yeah, you. Father, forgive me for what I'm about to do. I want you to take Sister's leather coat right there and kind of wrap it around you. Don't put it on. Yeah. Hang on, I'll get you in a minute. Say coat. What was next? I don't know what was next. Mantle. What was next? Whenever you came into a position of authority and you became a king, whenever your kingship first started, you would come into the kingdom, you'd come into the throne room with a mantle on. And I want to use Sister's leather coat here on Brother Ken as a mantle. Say mantle. Mantle. And whenever you started having victories as a king, Rosemary, come here. Whenever you started having victories as a king, Ken, step right there. Whenever, come right behind him like this. I don't move him in. Whenever you started having victories as a king, whenever you defeated, say defeated. Defeated. Say the enemy. The enemy. Say the enemy. The enemy is defeated. Defeated. Say the enemy. The enemy is defeated. Defeated. And I have victory. I have victory. Say the enemy. The enemy is defeated. Defeated. And I have victory. I have victory. One more time, take a deep breath. Say the enemy is defeated and I have victory. Every time when you were a king, whenever you began to fight battles, you do one of two things. Whenever you begin to fight battles and you had victory, you would conquer a king and you would take his mantle. Every time you had a victory, every time you had a victory and you walked in the authority and you defeated an enemy, you would take his mantle, take that pink coat and hold it up to his back. Hold it at the end right there. Every time that you fought a battle, hold it there. Every time you fought a battle and you had a victory, you would take the authority or take the mantle of that king. And it represented, amen, I won the battle and I got victory over this. I'm the king. I'm the authority. And when you won another battle, somebody come help her. When you won another battle, you would take the mantle or the mantle of that king and victory after victory. Now, line these up right here. Victory after victory after victory. Every time you won a victory, you would take their mantle. Say, I have won the battle. I have authority. It belongs to me. And sooner or later, you know what a train is when you have a bride? Right? You know what a train is when you have a bride. And every time when the people got down, or when they got discouraged, they would have a special ceremony. And they would come to the palace. They would come to the place where the king was in authority. And the king wouldn't bring out his robe. He wouldn't bring out his mantle. He would bring out his And Jesus walked off. And every battle he could say, you know, I won this one, and I won this one, and I won this one, and I won this one. Isaiah said in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting on a throne. You know where I was going. I saw the Lord sitting on a throne, and he was high and lifted up, and his what? His train filled the temple. It was so big, it wasn't just going down the aisle. He had so many, victories that they had to hold it up. And the train filled the temple. Now I want to ask you, what victory has the Lord, give me that pink coat. What victory has the Lord done in your life? What thing has the Lord overcome in your life? You be honest with me. Name something that the Lord has helped you with, that the Lord has named it.
Drugs.
The Lord. What? You remember when I defeated that ruler in your life, that addiction? You remember? The Lord. The Lord. See, I loved this over addiction. See, I loved it. I defeated it. His train filled the temple. Now lay that over there. Be careful because it's somebody's. Don't lay it on the floor. I'm going to preach about it in a minute. Say addiction. Say addiction. So the pink one is addiction. Give me the next one. Somebody tell me something that the Lord has helped you with.
Rage.
Yeah. Say anger. Right down here, right in this place, right in. By the way, his train didn't fill the throne room. It filled the. That tells me I can only really get victory when I'm in the Lord's house.
Amen.
Because see, the Lord is the one that has authority here.
Amen.
Say anger. Say anger. Satan, I'm not going to be angry anymore because the Lord gave me victory over anger. Say anger. What was the pink one?
Addiction.
What's the brown one?
Anger.
Name another one.
Fear.
Yeah, say fear. He has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Help me, God. Devil, I'm not going to be afraid. Hold that up. Devil, say fear. I'm not going to be afraid because God has given me authority over fear. Give me another. Yeah. Rosemary got healed of cancer. Stage 4. They said stage 4, that's as bad as it gets. I thought. First thing come along was the black one there. What's the black one? Yeah. But then I remembered. Yeah, and then anger come along. But then I remembered. Say sickness. He's given us authority over sickness. Well, you're fine want to be preaching that. You're still in a wheelchair. Yeah, I am. I'm not sick. I'm healed on the inside. And I'm going to tell you. I believe that God's my healer. Say amen.
Amen.
But I also believe that God is the Lord of my life. And for some reason, and you haven't paid me heal. Yep. I wish I had $1 for each and every time. I'd take y'all, every one of you out to the best steak dinner you ever had. God knows what He's doing. God knows what He's doing. And if I only served God when everything was just the way I wanted it, shame on me.
Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
Say sickness.
Sickness.
I'm almost done. What was the pink one? Yeah, what was the brown one? Yeah, what was the black one? Yeah, what was the blue one? Hey, Rosemary, what was the blue one? Sickness, say sickness. Yeah. I'm almost out. No good. I wish you'd have given me more coats. The sermon would have been longer. Name one.
Unforgiveness.
Lesson.
Forgiveness.
Unforgiveness.
Say unforgiveness.
Unforgiveness.
It rises up in you. I just can't hardly stand that Mary Rogers. She just. You knew I was going to do it, didn't you? But when that rises up in you, devil, you've given me authority over this. Devil, you've got victory over this. Your trade filled the temple, and I know, devil, I have forgiven them. You have defeated, you've given me victory over unforgiveness.
Yes, amen. That's right.
Sit down a minute, I want to preach. You just stay down, I'll be back in a minute. Say in the year. Say in the year. Did you ever have a bad day? Yes. Am I the only one? Who's preaching this? Maybe you. Have you ever had a bad day? Yes. This says, not in the day, on the day that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord. Whoopee! I can make it down. It says, what does it say?
In the year.
No offense. I've had more than one bad day. And I've had more than one bad day in a row. And I've had more than one bad week. I've had more than one bad month. Anybody ever had one of them?
Yes.
And in fact, I'm kind of like Isaiah. I've been in a place where I had a really bad
Year. Yes.
But during that time, God visited and showed Himself to Isaiah.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Lord. If you're going through a year like that, if you're going through a day like that, if you're going through a week like that, if you're going through a year like that, you remember that God's got the victory. In the year that King Uzziah. Now, if I talked about King Uzziah, we'd be here till tonight. Say, oh me.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But I will say one thing. King Uzziah was one of the best kings I ever had. Say amen.
Amen.
King Uzziah was one of the best kings I ever had. And a lot of the kings went out to battle. A lot of them caused the kingdom to grow, and they'd have victory over here and victory over here. And they caused it to grow from the outside in. But King Uzziah was the kind of king, he was a real good leader. I started to say politician, anyway. I don't want to, anyway. He was a real good leader. And King Uzziah built the kingdom from the inside out.
Yes.
Have you ever had somebody in your life that built you up from the inside out?
Amen.
Somebody that you counted on. Somebody. Isaiah and Uzziah, it's been proven Isaiah and Uzziah were really good friends. And Uzziah was one of the longer kings. And everything was going good, and everything was awesome, and they built bridges and roads, and the kingdom prospered, and everything was great, and everything was good. Have you ever had a good time in your life, and then all of a sudden, it went.
Amen.
In the year that the thing I counted on, in the year that the person I counted on, in the year that the situation I counted on died, I saw also the Lord. There's some of you that have had bad years. There's some of you that have had people in your life that they helped you be a Christian. And now those people aren't there. And you feel like, Lord, how in the world can I do this without them? There's some of you that have went through divorces and you think, Lord, how can I make this? Lord, I thought everything was good and all. I want you to know that the Lord is still on the throne and that the Lord is in a place of authority. And even though what you counted on died, God can still give you victory.
Amen.
In the year that King Uzziah died, say I. Say I. Did you know it's a personal thing whether you get close to the Lord or not?
Amen.
It doesn't say everybody saw the Lord. It doesn't say 2-3 people saw the Lord. It said what? 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 Say get personal. It's a personal thing if you seek the presence of the Lord. It don't matter if your preacher's not spiritual enough. Sorry. It don't matter if your preacher's wife's not spiritual enough. It don't matter if the guitar playing is not good enough. It's a personal thing to feel the presence of the Spirit of God. It's a personal thing to see God move in your life. And if you've been through a bad year, if you've been through a bad time, make a personal decision today, Lord. I am going to seek your face.
Amen.
I am going to stay there till I see you working.
Amen.
In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also. Why are you making such a big deal about also? Because I'll say this. You know, I used to think, Mary, that once I got saved, I'd never have another problem. In fact, I've heard people preach that man, you come get saved, you'll never have another problem. Anybody here saved? Anybody here a Christian? Did you know you're a Christian?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anybody still got troubles?
Oh yeah. Plenty of them.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, brother. You're married too. Sorry. Rosemary, don't beat me with that thing. She's waving it at me. I've never heard. Say also.
Also.
In the year that King died, I saw also. That's God calling. Tell him I'm almost done. Not really, Lord. This word also is really awesome. Because if it said in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord. We tend to think, oh, he saw the Lord, and so now he was grieving about Uzziah and things were bad. And then he saw the Lord, and now everything's okay. Say also.
Also.
It means that in the middle of his grief,
That's right.
and in the middle of his hurt,
Yes.
God moved, and he saw God move, and both things, that word also means equal. It means that the presence, what I saw from the Lord was just amazing, and I know God let me see, let me know that he's in control, but I'm still hurting. And I still, the idea that Uzziah died is still there. But I'm trusting the Lord. I saw also the Lord sitting on a throne. Not only did they have a big thing about coats, they had a big thing about standing up and sitting down. I had a big thing about standing up. By the way, when I count to 3, I want you to do me a favor. Okay? We're almost done, promise. When I count to 3, I want you to do me a favor. When I count to 3, I want you to stand up. 1, 2, 3. Now when I count to 3, I want you to sit down. I'm sorry, but I understand. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Why are you doing that? Nobody goes fall asleep. In Bible times, whenever somebody stood up, it meant they were humbled or honored.
Amen.
Remember over there when Stephen got stoned? And the Lord of the universe didn't sit down.
No, he stood up.
He stood up. But whenever they were in a position of authority, if you read over there where Jesus announced his calling in the temple, he said, he read that prophecy of the Messiah, and then he said, this day is this scripture fulfilled in your ears. And they didn't get none too excited until he sat down. Because it meant that he was taking his position of authority. And the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting on the throne, In the middle of all that hurt, I saw that God was in control. And I saw that God was the one on the real throne. Sitting on the throne, high and lifted up. And his train filled the temple. I saw every time in my life where anybody remember what the pink one was? I saw every time. Come here. I saw every time in my life where God delivered me from addiction. I saw when he was there, I saw when he was there when I was addicted and he protected me, and I was too dumb to know it, sorry. When he protected me and I was in the middle of a mess and and now when I look back on it, I see that God was there and I see that he was in control and I see that he was working things out. Even in the middle of night, I saw the Lord and I saw how he was giving me victory. He was giving me victory over those things. By the way, it's no accident that we stay here. It's no, I like your ring. It's no accident that they called the pink one addiction. Because I want to say, I think there's some of you here that are addicted today. Do you know the word addicted is in the Bible once? In the King James. It talks about being addicted to Jesus. And being addicted to helping the pastor. Being addicted to helping the church. It's in there. Awesome. But I think that there's some of you here today that are hanging on to those addictions. And I want you to know that just as surely as God gave this brother victory, he can give you victory.
That's right.
Is this brother perfect?
No.
I only heard 3 no's. Boy, you're good people. Is this brother perfect?
No.
Is your pastor perfect?
No.
No, but God can give you the victory over what you're addicted to. Amen. What was the brown coat? Anybody ever get mad?
Yes.
I want you to know that you can quit being that way because Jesus died so you didn't have to be. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Did you know one of the reasons when Jesus was crucified, one of the reasons he was sold for 30 pieces of silver was because Judas got mad, and I can prove it. And sometimes when you get mad over your little bitty thing, whatever your little bitty thing is, it spreads. And the devil uses that little bitty thing, and Jesus winds up being crucified all over again.
Yes.
Amen.
Thank you, God.
Yes.
I'm almost done. What was the black one?
Fear.
Is anybody afraid?
No.
I'm afraid I can't do this. I'm afraid I can't live a Christian life. I'm afraid of it. And his train filled
the temple.
He's given fear, thank you. Fear is defeated. Last one, then we're going to give it all to fall. What was the black one there?
Sickness.
Sickness. Anybody sick?
No.
Anybody got family that's sick?
Yes.
Anybody like to see God heal?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm telling you with all my, and and I'm not belittling anybody, but I mean a whole lot more than a bad cold. I mean a miraculous, there ain't no more hope for Jesus. I'm telling you that his train filled the temple, and he has gotten over death, hell, and the grave,
Amen.
and sickness. I want, Ken, if you would, I want you to pick the clothes up and lay them up here. If you're here today, and there's something in your life, Christian or not, if you're here today and there's something in your life that you need the Lord to get victory over, I want you to know that there are many people here that the Lord has helped them to have victory, and maybe there's something else you need victory over. And if you're here today, I want you to come and talk to the Lord about that. Well, Brother Clark, I'd be glad to come to the altar, but see, the altar's only so big, and once people get here, when I ask you to stand, if the altar fills up and you can't get up here, come as close as you can. And if it gets so full you can only take one step, you take one step. Because God understands body language. Actions speak louder than words. And if there's something that you need victory over, and I say it all the time, but I'll say it again. I'll say it again. Mike, if you needed to come to the altar, would you? Say yeah. And so Mike, if you came to the altar, it would be easier for Rosemary to come. Say yeah. Because she wouldn't be up there by herself. And if you and Rosemary come, it'd be easier for your wife there to come. And everybody here knows your wife needs to go. Yeah. You get the idea, right? I'm just teasing, sister. Just teasing. You get the idea. Be brave enough to come to the altar and make a step. That way nobody will be up here by themselves. When I eat the altar magic, nope, not a bit. But actions speak louder than words. Show God you mean business. And come and talk to him. Okay?
I'm going to sing. And you just respond as the Spirit leads you. You need to be at this altar. If you're one of our leaders, spiritual leaders, deacons, whatever else, come and pray with the people. If you just want to come pray with people, that's fine. Oh, I see the Lord. I see the Lord. He is high and lifted up, and his train fills the temple. He is high and lifted up, and his train fills the temple. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy is the Lord. I see the Lord. And his train fills the temple. He is high and lifted up, and his train fills the temple. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy is the Lord. The Lord, I see the Lord. He is high and lifted up, and his train fills the temple. He is high and lifted temple. You are high and lifted up, and your train fills the temple. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy is the Lord. Bueller, why don't you come up and have Brother Cliff pray with you? I know you had a prayer request. Everybody sing this with me. I see the Lord. I see the Lord. I see the Lord. He is high and lifted up, and his train fills the temple. He is high and lifted up, and his train fills the temple. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy is the Lord. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy is the Lord. Oh, I see you, Lord. Oh, I see the Lord. I see you, Lord. You are high and lifted up, and your train fills the temple. You are high and lifted up, and your train fills the temple. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy is the Lord. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy is the Lord. I want you to stand up. I want you to see this morning all of your problems. And as you leave today, I want you to bring an offering, special offering for Brother Cliff, or if you can come tonight or tomorrow night, make sure you bring a special offering for Brother Cliff. We didn't pass the offering, but the baskets are up here, and you know where they are. Just bring it up, and if you haven't put your regular tithes in, just do that as you're on your way out. But listen, your problems have already been defeated by the Lord. Your sin has been defeated by the Lord. Your sickness, your rejection, your addiction, it's been conquered by the Lord, and He's sitting on a throne, ruling over those things. Hallelujah. Let Him rule over those things in your life, in Jesus' name. As we sing this one last time in closing, and then we're going to let you go, but don't forget to come back at 6 tonight and 6 tomorrow night. 4:30 tomorrow night for our fellowship time with Brother Cliff, 4:30 to 5:30, 5:45. Hallelujah. Sing it with me. I see the Lord. I see the Lord. He is high and lifted up, and His train fills the temple. He is high and lifted up, and His train fills the temple. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy is the Lord. You're dismissed. I see the Lord. I see the Lord. He is high and lifted up, and His train fills the temple. He is high and lifted up, and His train fills the temple. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy. The angels cry, holy is the Lord. I see the Lord. sing the Lord. He is high and lifted up, and His train fills the temple. He is high and lifted up, and His train fills the temple. The angels cry holy. The angels cry holy. The angels cry holy is the Lord. I see the Lord. I see the Lord. He is high and lifted up, and His train fills the temple. He is high and lifted up, and His train fills the temple. The angels cry holy. The angels cry holy. The angels cry holy is the Lord.